Truth hurts when you ain't ready. Growth leads you somewhere better. So take your time, relax your mind. It's alright, yeah. It's alright, yeah. It's alright, yeah, yeah. It's alright, yeah. It's alright, yeah. It's alright, yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are back at it again. I am back and better than ever. If you're new here, my name is Bridget Mashunganyika, aka Bella, orphaned at 3 months old, grew up in the orphanage and now advocating for the orphans as well as telling my story. So if you like what I'm about, please like, share and subscribe. That helps with the growth of this channel. Also, please leave your comments. I'd really love to read your comments and I'd love to know what you think about this channel. And without further ado, let's get into the video. And today's video is titled Life After Orphanage Part 1. So let's get into it. So firstly, honestly, I feel like no one is ever ready to leave the orphanage, no matter at what age or what stage. No one is ever ready. Like Haji Jairiki. This is a place that you'd have known to be home for the longest time, and just leaving it can be very painful. And the transition can be very traumatic. And this is a place that may have given you so much sorrows, or that may have given you so much happiness, and all your childhood memories are in this place. So, leaving the place can be very difficult. And you have learned how to embrace the chaotic life in the orphanage. But I guess this is inevitable for the orphans. We do not have the luxury to choose if we want to stay or if we want to leave. Like, it is what it is. There is always going to be life after orphanage, for every orphan who is in the orphanage or for every orphan who is in care. So I'm sure by now you guys know that this was not my first time leaving the orphanage. I think if you watched the previous video, you know that now. And also, when I was in Form 4 to Form 6, I was not in the orphanage full time. So already I got an idea of how it is like out of the orphanage before I left the orphanage permanently. But still, it was difficult this time because that meant permanently, and whether the orphanage was going to still be active in my life or not, my results, my A-level results, were going to determine that. And you're never sure, what if I fail, what if I pass, that made me stress a lot. So yeah, when I finished writing my A levels, I went to the farm. You guys know that my history teacher and his family took me in. So I went to their farm after my last exam, and I was welcomed by the lady who was working there, and she was very good. She welcomed me well, in a nice way, and later on I got to meet the rest of the family. I am definitely not going to talk about my experience living with them for now though, but right now I just want to tell you what I went through after the orphanage. So my experience living with them, I think maybe I'll talk about it later on. So now, my prayer every day was that I pass my A level, because I knew that if I pass, then my sponsors are still going to help me, and that meant that at least something good will be happening in my life, and that's how life had been like. Even when I was still in the orphanage, I just had to get good grades for me to, keep getting the help. I think because already I was reintegrated at 3, in grade when I was in grade 3. So I just felt like I had to pass. So now, I was praying all day, all night that I pass my A level, and I was hoping that living with my history teacher was just going to be, temporary. since I had asked for help. Asking for help can be very difficult. Like sometimes you feel like you're a burden, sometimes you feel like, you just have to keep doing good things to please the people. You understand? So I just felt like if I passed my A levels, then that meant that I'll be going to university, I'll be staying at school. Like before, I always stayed in school. So I just felt like at least if I pass, it's just gonna be temporary. So yeah, I waited for the results and I passed my A level, but everything went wrong. All that I had thought was wrong. So obviously when the results came out, I went to the school and then I collected my results. I went with my friends. We were so happy. And I really didn't think that anything could get wrong. I was just happy that at least this is something that kept me going even before when I passed my grade 7, when I passed my form 4. So obviously I just thought that things will always be good as long as I pass. But this time, things were different. I went back to the orphanage to show them my results. And you guys know that when I wrote my A level, Gogojin and Mama Stella were no longer there. So obviously, I had to meet other people. And, I was told that they had lost my sponsors' contacts. That meant that they were no longer in contact with my sponsors. And now I felt like I was doomed. I felt like my life had just ended and I was not going anywhere after that. I, you know, I started praying even harder. I started praying even harder. That was something that I didn't expect. But still, they wanted me to continue with school. So they told me to apply at UZ. And I remember I applied for the programs that I didn't even want to do. Like UZ was not offering me the program that I wanted to do. I wanted to do law, and though I had passed A level, I had not like reached the requirement they needed at UZ. So obviously they were not going to accept me. So I applied for the programs that I didn't want to do. And studying out of Zimbabwe was out of the options. It was not an option that I had. Because obviously, like my sponsor had promised me to, do my college in the UK or in America. But now they were no longer there. And that meant that I just had to do what was there. But I didn't want that. Like, I didn't want it. And even though I applied at UZ, I didn't really follow up with the application to see if I got the place or not, because seriously, my heart was not there. Like, my heart was not there. I wanted to do law and I was going to do law. That's what I wanted. So obviously, I started applying for scholarships, China, UK, but things still did not work out. Things still did not work out, and that is going to be my next topic in the coming video. Now I'm just going to leave you here that this is when I lost my sponsors and my life was doomed. My life was doomed. And even the people that I was staying with, I don't know if they couldn't afford to take me back to school, or if they didn't want to take me back to school. Seriously, they owed me nothing. They owed me nothing. So whether they take me to school or not, it was going to be something that was like coming from their heart, something that like they just like feel sorry for me, so they just gonna help me. But I did not owe them. They were not supposed to be helping me anyway. I had asked for help, for accommodation. Now with schooling, that was my problem. That was my problem to solve. So yeah, I think in the next video I'll then tell you how I then went back to school. Yeah, how I then went back to school. But at this time, seriously, I was at the verge of dropping out of school because I had tried so many options. I tried applying for scholarships. I remember I tried asking for help from different people, and still, it really was not working. I was not supposed to go to school, I think. So, yeah, I think in the next video, I'll tell you how I then went back to school. So, I think that's it. That's it, guys. See you in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's for free. Just click on the subscribe button and your subscription will be added. It's free, you just need data. And if you're watching this video, that means that you have data to subscribe. So, please just subscribe and like, also share. Get many people to see what you are watching. If it's helping you, if it's inspiring you, if it's motivating you, then why not share it with someone else who maybe need to hear what I'm talking about here. So please share and like and subscribe. And see you next time. See you next time. So thank you so much for joining me. This is Bella. Why not change the narrative? Why not change the narrative? How do we leave a legacy of hope for those whose dreams are often forgotten? How do we leave a legacy of hope for those whose dreams are often forgotten? Bye.
Alright, yeah.